Hello and welcome to another session of the series Payment Gateway for Noobs. In the previous session, we talked about how the encryption happens in the transaction between the acquirer and the scheme and the issuer, and how the pin block is created and how it is validated. And in this particular part, we are going to talk about what is BIN and how does it work. So let's take a look at this sample credit card and let's dissect its entire 16 digits. So the first digit, it's the MII, which is the major industry identifier. You can have 1 to 9, and in this, uh, the different numbers denote the different uh, industry values. So like 1 and 2 denote that it is from the airline industry, and 3 stands for the dining and hospitality. That's why it is given to diners and Amex card. 4 actually denotes Visa, 5 denotes MasterCard, and so on. Like 6, 7, I think it's for rewards card. I do not remember exactly, but yeah, it's like 1 to 9. But majorly, let's concentrate on the 3, 4, 5 because that's what we most commonly use: the Amex, Visa, and MasterCard. So the first 6 digits of the card, that is the BIN, which is the bank identification number. The next 9 digits are the account number of the card. So who the customer is for the issuer bank. So the account number, not the bank account number, but it's the credit card account number. So the next 9 digits are the account number. And the last digit is the checksum. So that checksum is usually used to validate the credit in the entire 16 digits of the credit card. And it is generated via an algorithm which is called the Loon algorithm. And the same is used for the validation of the card as well. So how that validation happens, let's see in the next slide. Okay, so for simplicity, I have taken this example of this card, which is of the number 4578 blah 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 till 9219. So the first step is to pick the first 15 digits of the card. So let's exclude the number 9. So you can see all the numbers, all the digits of the card has been placed here on the left hand side, from starting from 457 till 921. In the second step, we have to start from the first digit and we have to skip each digit and multiply the next one with the value multiplied by 2. So I'll explain what this means. So let's start with 4. We multiply by 2, it becomes 8. We leave 5 as it is. We multiply 7 to make it 14. We leave at 8 as it is. We multiply 4, make it 8. 2 as it is, 3, we make it 6, and so on till the last digit. Now here you'll see that when we are multiplying some of the numbers for a single digit, which has become double digit now, like 7 became 14. Here also 7 became 14 and 9 becomes 18. So this then comes the third step, where if you find that a particular number has become 2-digit number, then you simply add those 2 digits to make it a single digit again. So 8 is as it is, 5 is as it is, 4 plus 1 becomes 5. Here also 4 plus 1 becomes 5 and 8 plus 1 becomes 9. So again, you end up with only 15 different digits. In the next step, which is the step number 4, you just add all these digits together. So this gives you a grand total of 71. Now, during the validation process, the last digit, which is the checksum digit, is added to this entire sum. So 71 plus 9 becomes 80. So this resulted number should be a multiple of 10. So as 80 is a multiple of 10, it says it means that the card is valid. And the same concept is used when you are actually generating the checksum as well. So when the issuer bank is issuing a card to the customer, It picks these first 15 digits, follow this Loon algorithm process, and then whatever number is remaining to get to the next multiple of 10, that is the number that gets generated and appended as the 16 digits. So if this card was getting generated, so and the sum was 71, so they would have done 80 minus 71, because 80 is the next multiple of 10. That gives us 9, and that is how this 9 gets appended to the card, and that is how you get the 16 digits of your card. Now let's talk about the bin ranges. What this bin range is. So let's say the issuer bank approaches the payment scheme and says that I want to start issuing Visa cards. So in this case, let's say HDFC approaches Visa and says that give me a bin number so that I can start issuing the cards to my customer. So Visa will do some internal calculations, and then it will come up with a bin number, which is 485498. Let's say this is the number they come up with. Obviously, 4 is the first digit, which is the MII, which denotes that this is a Visa card, which we have talked about earlier. And now that HDFC has this number 485498, it has the freedom to give its customers cards ranging from 485498000000 till 48549899999999. So this is the entire range of cards that HDFC can issue to its customers. So we have been talking about the bin number, but what exactly does this bin provide? So first of all, it tells the name, address, phone number of the bank or the branch from which the funds will be transferred. All this information are provided by the bin range. So when a bank approaches a particular payment scheme, so as I said that, right, there's some calculation which happens by which after which the bin range is given. So that calculation, I'm not aware of it, but yeah, that holds all this information. So it gives the name, address, and phone number. You can track it via the bin. You can get to know which is the card brand, so which is Visa, Amex, etc., which we can get to know from MII, which is very easy. It can also tell us whether it is a debit card or a credit card or a prepaid card. Then it also gives the information whether what is the card level. So whether it is a platinum card, whether it is a black card, and so on and so forth. And it also has the location, because see, it has the name, address, etc. of the bank which is issuing it. So it knows that from which location this card has been issued. So let's say if it is issued in India, it will have the information for some Indian branch of HDFC. And if you try to swipe this particular card in some other country, let's say you are in Sweden and you're swiping this card. So that machine, when you're swiping the card, it will, from the bin of this card, it will get to know that, okay, fine, this card doesn't belong to Sweden. So that is how it gets to know if it is an international transaction or if it is a domestic transaction. So just this bin number gives so much of information when the card is swiped. So let's go back to the first scenario where I was talking about that HDFC credit card is being used in an Axis Bank acquirer and Axis Bank, Axis Bank terminal, and the transaction will go to the Axis Bank and then from there to Visa and then from there to HDFC. We have been discussing about this in the last 3 sessions. But how does Axis Bank know that it has to send it to Visa and it has to send to HDFC? So as discussed earlier, the MII. Okay, before going to the MII, as soon as the card is swiped and the information is sent to Axis Bank uses the bin number to understand and know that this particular card is not of Axis Bank. That is where it gets to know, because the Axis Bank will know that these are the bin ranges for the cards that it has issued to the customer. And this HDFC bin range, which is 485498, it doesn't fall under their uh, a list of bin ranges. So it gets to know that it is a different card and it's from a different network. So Axis Bank cannot speak to HDFC, right? That I explained earlier in the first session. So then it sees that which is the payment scheme that is being used. How does it get to know the first digit, which is MIN? From that, it will get to know that, okay, fine, we have to transfer it to Visa. So Axis Bank can talk to Visa, it can talk to MasterCard, it can talk to Amex, but because the first digit, the MII is 4, it knows that it has to send it to Visa. Now, Visa will have its own internal database where it will have the uh, different bin ranges that it would have generated and given to different issuer banks. Like it would have given some range to HDFC, some to ICICI, SBI, and Yes Bank. So now when the information comes to Visa, looking at the bin, they know that, okay, fine, this bin range I have given to HDFC. So that is how the information goes to HDFC. Obviously, there is encryption and everything involved here, which we talked about that in the second session. But how the decision is made as to where to transfer that encrypted information, that happens via the bin. Now, the next question that you might be asking is that in the previous session, I was saying that the information is sent in the form of pin block and that is encrypted. So how is, and nobody can read it, only the HSM can read it. So how is this information, or how is Axis Bank know which is the bin range, and how does Visa know which is the bin range? So for that, there is another set of information which is sent along with the pin block, and that is the data elements. So the data elements have different fields, and in those fields there is a number 32 field which actually stores this bin information. So as soon as a transaction comes, so the acquirer picks the data element and field number 32. When it picks the field number 32, from there it gets the bin range, and from that bin range it starts the process as to what it has to do and whom does it have to forward. More on the data elements and details of some of the numbers in the subsequent videos coming up. I think this information should be good enough to understand how important the bin range is and how it helps in the transactions. So that's all for this video. See you guys in the next session.